Hi everyone, I'm going to be taking you through designing your first game app. Today we'll be building the home screen and a few question screens. Hopefully by the end of this video we will be done with level 1 of our game. Our game is probably going to have 3 levels and I'll get you through to 3 questions and getting through to level 1. So screen 1 will be our home screen. So we can come here and change the ID and call it home. I've already created images in the background, so we're going to come and select image 1. That is our image for our family game. We are going to add a button on it, and this button is going to tell us to play. But this button needs a screen to go to before we can press on it. So we're going to create a screen for question 1. We're going to call this question 1. I've also created an image that has question 1. So question 1 is going to be asking them to translate the following word to isiZulu. It has the image, but it doesn't have a space for us to write an answer. So we are going to drag out a text box. This is where we're going to write our answer, and it also doesn't have a space where our score is going to show, so we are going to drag out a label. So this is where our score is going to go. We'll call this score and we'll change its ID to Q1 score. So we have a place where they're going to write their answer. We've got a place for the score. Now we need a button that they're going to click to submit their score. For this button, we are going to choose an image. We'll come to icons and we will choose a send image. So this would be, we'll choose this image, arrow right. It looks weird when it's got color, so we're going to make the button transparent and we're going to remove the text from the button. So that's screen 2 set up. We are also going to add in 2 invisible images. So 1, 2. These images are going to pop up when we answer wrong or right. So for the first image, we'll choose a sad icon because we would have gotten the answer wrong. We'll change this color to red and we'll make it hidden so it doesn't show when the player is still starting. And then for this image, we will come here and choose a smiley face. Icons, a smiley face. We'll make the smiley face green. This will also be hidden and will only pop up if the answer is wrong or right. Okay, so now we've got our 2 screens. We are going to go to our code. One thing that makes games is that there is a score and you're working towards a goal. So we will come to variables here and we will declare our score variable. We're declaring it up here because it's global to the whole program. Then we're going to go to our home screen and click on the design view. We're going to click on our play button, go to the events tab of our play button and insert and show code. So we're saying when we click on this button, our game needs to go, so it needs to change screens. We select the set screen and we set screen to question 1. So let's test out this portion of our code. We'll come here and click on run, click on this button and it will take us to our first question. Okay, so now we need to go back to the design, go to question 1 and ask our first question. So we come and click on our enter button, our submit button, and we do an insert and show code on our submit button. And we are saying when this button is clicked, our program needs to check if our answer is correct or not. We do this using an if-else statement. So if we go to maths to find our equality operator, drag it in here. If the text that we get from text input 1, so get text input 1, if it is equal to the string, we use quotation marks for a string. If it is equal to the string umama, and I'm using a capital letter here because on most mobile phones it is by default that the first letter is a capital. So if umama is the answer for this one, it should increase our score. So our score is going to change and be score equals to, I'm going to get an addition one, score plus 10. And if our player gets it wrong, our score stays the same. So we're going to have score equals to score. Now we need to write the score somewhere, and this somewhere is this label, the Q1 score. So we'll go to UI controls, and then we will set number. And then we'll look for Q1 score and we'll set it to score. We will do the same for the else option. Q1 score, and took in a set text. We need it to be a set number. Q1 score, and we change this to score. So when we get the answer right, it will add 10 to our score and it will show in this corner up here. When you get it wrong, the score will stay the same. But we also want it to show the smiley face or the frown face. So we will then get it to show element. So we are looking for show element. Show element. This is image 1. So it will show our smiley face. Or if it gets it wrong, it will show element sad face, which is image 2. And we also can make it play a sound that is relevant. So we will go to play sound. So play sound, we'll go to the sound library to choose a sound, digital sounds, and if you win, we want it to say you win. And play sound. Play sound. If you lose, we want it to say you have failed. So we'll choose the failure one. For the interest of this video not being too long, we will now come and test if our app works as it works. So click on the run, click on the play. It's asking what is this. You can type in umama and click on play, and it's saying it's wrong. That's a bit weird. So let's reset again. Click run, and then capital U-M-A-M. It's still saying we're wrong. So let's go back to our code and just double check. So we have our things in the wrong order. We go to design, question 1, and image 1 is actually the sad face. So we need to go fix our bug. Go to our code. It needs, if you are right, it needs to show image 2. And if you are wrong, it needs to show image 1. And the sound that it needs to play will come up here. The sound that it needs to play is the last yeah, so the sound is fine. We'll keep the sound as is. Let's run it and test it. So play. We type in umama. And it says we've got it correct, shows our smiley face and gives us 10 points. We'll stop the video here, and the next video will be covering how do we go on to question 2 and question 3.